You don't either. I got it. Okay. And whenever it's ready. So that's going. Hey, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our second debate. This is TOEFL B. The topic is zoos, the place where animals are habit. Cities will. Oh man, now I'm on YouTube. I can't talk today. All right. Should zoos continue to exist? All right. This team over here is going to be arguing yes, zoos should continue to exist for a variety of reasons. We'll probably hear. And this team over here is going to be arguing no, zoos should not continue to exist. Here we go, Mr. Would you mind, Mr. Ali, be passing these out? These are the surveys. Thank you, brother. Thank you, sir. All right. All right. At any rate. We're going to give 7 minutes for opening remarks to this team. So let's give a big hand to this team as they get some confidence and come up here. Okay, good. Where's the hat? Okay, there it is.
Okay, our topic today is if we are agree or disagree that shoes should be continue to exist. Personally, I agree. We have to start like the definition of the zoo. The zoo is an establishment which maintains a collection of wild animals, typically in a park or gardens, for study, conservation, or display to the public. So one of the reasons that we are agree about to continue to have a zoo is because they made to be close to those animals that are wild, the animals that aren't domestic at all. They can take care of the animals that are in extinction. Right now we have a lot of animals that are in extinction and we don't know. The people that go to the zoo can be educated about the animals, how can be treated, what you can do if you found a wild animal in your neighborhood or in a habitat that is not appropriate for them and for us. And the zoo is not only for display to the public. A lot of zoo, in the beginning, the first zoo was to make a study in animals. So that the zoo can conserve, can make a study of several animal diseases and how to treat them. And there is a way to educate the public or the people how to know a little bit more about wild animals. So one of the animals that are in extinction that are very popular or we mostly all know about it is the panda bears. The panda bears are the type of bird that they have a long time that they are suffering for extinction. And one of the methods that can keep them alive is having them in a zoo or having them in some place. Because they know that if those animals put it back to their natural habitat, they're going to die because they only have one kind of food. They only eat plants, so they doesn't kind another type of plant. So you never know if you put them in their natural habitat. But what happens if that kind of plant that they eat, they can't find it anymore? They will die. Okay. Thank you.
Still about 3 or 4 minutes. If either one of you want to say something. Okay. Got it. All right. Here comes Mr. Rohan. All right.
Hi guys, my name is Rohan Jani, and I'm also agree with this point that zoo should exist because I believe that animals should keep in zoos, and these are reasons why. First of all, if animals keep in zoo, we can visit them every day. We know about them, how they react, what are capability of that animal. It is not like if you want to see the penguin, you go to Antarctica and see there. That's impossible for everyone. That's the reason. So it's better zoo is here, then you can go there and see the penguin. And same way, if you want to see kangaroo, you can go Australia for that. So that's not make any sense. So that's why zoo
There are
should
so many
exist.
penguins.
The reason, the second reason animals should be kept in zoo is that they are safer in zoo than if they were in a wild jungle. An animal could attack another animal and kill them. In a zoo, trainer take care of them, feed them at a time, and make sure they are not hungry or anything like that. The third reason animals should keep in a zoo is because they are entertain us. And when we go to the circus, we entertained by animals. In movies, animals entertain us. The fourth reason why animals should keep in a zoo is that scientists can do research on different animals and find out the medicine, and that will help to animal as well as the human.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's it for your opening remarks. Do you want to say anything else? You good? Okay, cool. Yeah. Your links, you save it for later on? Okay. So, now at this point, that was their opening comments and the remarks about zoos should continue to exist. Maybe at the end, I'll help everybody pronounce that word because it's anyway. I heard some, anyway. Yeah, I won't get into it now. I don't want to make anybody feel self-conscious. Who's going to come up here? She is? Okay, you're good? Okay, so let's give her a hand. Miss Selena, you're not on camera. Anybody else? No, it's just the front of the. Hey, give her a hand. She's coming up here. There's some confidence. Woo! All right. I believe in you.
Hello everyone. Today we're gonna debate about zoo should continue to exist, and we on the disagree side. For for many people, the zoo should be continue because it can saving the animal. But in my opinion, I don't think the zoo should continue to exist because several reasons. First, that is the zoo. If the zoo continue to exist, the animal can be like lost their animals like their habit. For example, like lion, tiger. If they live in the wild, they can hunt another animal to making their food. But if they live in the zoo, every day people just give them the food and they don't have to be hunt. And from time to time, it's gonna be like they lost the knowledge. They cannot like hunting anymore. If you leave them to the wild, if you like get them back to the wild, they cannot survive for that because they already lost the way how to hunt the food. And secondly, it can be harmful the animal health too, because if every single day they have like the tourists to stop by the zoo, but they keep being like giving the animal the food. Basically, like sometimes they just like, okay, I like this animal, I just give them the food, but is it really that food? Like, is it really suitable to the animal? It might be harmful to their health too. Some they just like the kid, they just like, oh, I like this, I want to give them the candy or something. But is it like, maybe for the children it's good, but not for the animal. It can kill them. They can choke or something. And the final point is that the wild already exist for like 1,000 years, long times ago, and they still keep exist. It's still like making the environment be helpful. So now you said like keeping the zoo can save the animal, but I don't think so, because in the wild, even though maybe it might be bad for some animal, but it's the circle of life. So you just need to like let them be, and they can learn how to survive from that. Like the human, our human. We don't want to like just okay. Just want to stay in the house. I don't want to go outside. It might be harmful for me. But is that the way how you can be mature from that? No, it's not. So just let them be to the wild, and they can like survive, and they can like continue to like studying, and like they can learn a lot of things. It's much more good than like just sitting in the zoo and like doing nothing. So, and that was my opinion. Thank you.
So, 2 more minutes. So, either one of you want to continue saying something? You got about 3 minutes left. I'll pause. Okay. Deborah's gonna finish the next 3 minutes. Okay. And anytime. Go ahead. Oh, well. It's all good.
Or we can stop.
Yeah. I believe in you. Yeah. I appreciate everybody's flexibility. I know we only have like 30 minutes to think about it. Okay. Anytime. Go ahead.
Hey guys, I'm Deborah, and I not agree with it.
Why?
Excuse me. Animals in captivity, they suffer from stress, boredom, and confidence. And in intelligent, they are broken when individuals get on the zooms, and they are suffering from doesn't have a freedom. So babies. So some zooms they have no right supplies for these animals, and then removing individuals, like my friend say, from the wild will not further endanger that wild population, because the remaining individuals will be less genetically diverse and will have more difficult to find mates. So, stop it. Okay, so so if you want to see the animals, should we keep that? Okay, if you want to see the animals, how they live, how can they be treated, we can go on the sanctuary. The sanctuary, they don't use the real animal. They use the exotic, unwanted animals, exotic pets that they can see. You can see how treat them, how they need the supplies, how they can live, but you cannot have. You cannot have the animals, have the zoom to block them or put them on the scar, like. Stop it. You don't have. The animals have to be free like us. They don't need to be captivated on one space. So that's it.
All right, give me a hand, everybody. Yeah. I appreciate it.
Music लगाना तो अभी dance करने वाले थे.
All right. So that's the opening remarks. And now I'm going to open it up this side for 5 minutes for counter arguments. Whoever would like to come up here. Is it you, Miss Hazel? Are you coming up next? Hazel? Hey, Rohan, is she coming up next?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I'll put the hat on. Okay. Yeah, you're right. It's okay. We'll take our time here. We got time. No worries. We're good. All right, let's give her a bit of confidence. It's hard to get up on here in front of people. You're gonna do great. Okay. 5 minutes for this team, and anytime, go ahead. When you speak, I'll start.
Yes. So hi everyone. My name is Hazel. So
Nice to meet you.
thank you. Nice to meet you too. So actually, I agree. Jews should continue to exist because for humans and their animals, and there is like 5 reasons why they have to exist. And then first of all is that Jews save species from extinction and other dangers. So like, have you ever seen a dinosaur? No, right? Why? They already die out. So they already died out millions of years ago. And then, but there is a Jew, we can avoid this situation. So maybe your son of your son of your son, they could see a penguin or a panda. Panda. And then actually Selena mentioned about they need a hunting situation for their life, but it is for the wild animal. And then like as I mentioned, like a penguin or pandas, what if they cannot survive by themselves? We have to feed them for our future, right? And actually the second reason is animal can cure, can therapy to people. So like there's a lot of people who have a like disease in their mind. So like some people don't want to speak to other people, and then some people don't want to go outside, or they just want to be alone. And the animal could make them more alive, a lifestyle. And then actually there is a job about it called animal therapy. Animal therapy.
Animal therapy.
Animal therapy. So actually I had a trauma before. So I went to a zoo when I was young, like 8 or 9, and then I tried to touch a monkey, and then the monkey took my clothes, and then the clothes just was tear. Then I was too young to accept this situation, so I was so scared. So I cried, and then I don't want to go to jail anymore after that one. But my father having a dog for me, and then dog being my friend, and then so like naturally I close to the other animal from the dog. So now some of you guys already know I really love animals and I really love dogs. So I don't want to keep them in a cage, but they need their life too. And then the other reason also, visual study is one of the learning styles. So if you visiting a zoo, you can learn more than a book or internet, like some videos. So you can visually, and then some of the animal can talk like inside the activity in a zoo. So children maybe naturally observe the respect of life. And then the fourth one is the family can make their family time in a zoo. So like now society, you guys already know, there is the parents, they have to work, they might be, so working both. So mom and dad, they're outside every day, and then children, they have to go to school. And then so when can they get the family time? So there's no time to have a family together. But actually, if you go to zoo or somewhere, so like aquarium or somewhere, so like once a month or season or year, you can make a good memory with your family. And then the last reason is for the human. So if there's a zoo and then the zoo exists, we can get more money. So it's kind of economy effect. So existing zoo providing job opportunity to people. So like imagine about that. There's one zoo.
I appreciate your personal anecdote too about when you were a kid. That was a really neat. Okay,
That's a rule.
yeah, that's good.
That's
That's right. It's a competition. Competition, right? Okay, I'm gonna open it up for 5 minutes. Are you coming up, Miss Evie? Is that right? Okay, I'll leave the let's give Miss Evie a hand if she needs coming up here. All right, you've got the floor for 5 minutes. Anytime.
We also do 5 minutes left.
No, you're done.
What's your time?
Okay.
Hello guys. And you know some Jews just kill their surplus animals alike. So the population making the animals kill. And second, from an animal rights standpoint, we do not have a right to breed, capture and confine other animals, even if they are endangered. Being a member of an endangered species doesn't mean the individual animals have fewer rights. And also, Hazel says that the Jews looks like entertainment place to and spending time to family time. But we know lots of time, lots of place to entertain with family. Even though the Jews looks like good and fancy, but we can find some good place to journey or trip or travel or drinking all that. Yeah. And also, Abby and Hazel says we can see the animals and we can study animals with our kids. But if Jews are teaching children anything, is that imprisoning animals for our own entertainment is acceptable? And also, the argument that children will have more compassion animals, they can see life does not hold water. Not one of today's children has ever seen a dinosaurs, but they always crazy about that. And also, we can use children to teach using the lots of visual study as VR or hologram or some stuff for teach children. And the Federal Animals Welfare Act established only the most minimal standards for cage size, shelter, and healthcare, and fencing, and food, and water. For example, enclosures must provide sufficient space to allow each animal to make normal postural and social adjustments with adapted freedom of movement. So, imagine you are the kangaroo and you want to jump, but you are in the cage. You cannot jump anymore. But many people want to feed you, and many people want to see you, and many people just to look around you. How about your feeling? You even if you are the animal, you can feel and you can see, and you can feel isolate and boredom and some bad feeling of surround these people. So, in the case of Jews, both sides will argue that their side saves animals, whether or not Jews benefit from the animals community. They certainly do make money. As long as there is demand for Jews, they will continue to exist. We can start by making sure that Jews conditions are the best possible for the animals for confined to them. So I strongly agree that Jews never exist, even if it looks great and fancy.
About 1 minute, if either one of you would like to get up there and talk for 1 minute, are you good? You want to say something? Go ahead, Selena. I'll give you that 1 minute. Yay. And anytime you want, go ahead.
I keep continue from her point, like should not be continued to exist.
1 minute left.
And please nice name. And for me, I think because like the second point I mentioned about earlier, that like the zoo is harmful for the animal health. Like from you can there's a lot of source that said that like the animal in the zoo, they have like some really like serious problem about their health, because like the zoo if the zoo keep continue to exist, like the place for the animal living is not gonna be enough for them, and they cannot do their activity like normal in the wild. So it can like reduce like a lot of like the stress for the animal and like about how the mental. For example, like
Time's up.
Time's up.
time's up. Yes.
Really honest question.
What did you say about this?
That's it.
This is the first time we've done the debate about zoos, by the way, and so there's a lot to be said about it. I'm really surprised. A lot of y'all did your homework. Again, I also appreciate like this team is also, I mean, both sides, but particularly I like how you were addressing specific things they were saying and listening to what their arguments are and addressing it. Yeah, that was
Counter-attack.
right. Yeah, counter arguments. Okay, now I'm gonna leave 2 minutes here. You're welcome to use the 2 minutes however you like for summary or anything else. Yeah, cool. Miss Abby. Yeah. Here we go.
Okay.
Ready?
As we say in the beginning, the zoo can provide care to the animals and food. In this day, with the climatic change that we have, we can see a lot of animals dying because they don't have a lot of food in their environment. The last weekend, a brown bear was a news because he was very skinny. I don't know if you saw that in the television. Was a photo of a brown bear, really skinny. The photographer took the photo in Canada, and the specialists say that the region where the animal live has a prominent decrease of the salmon production. So they were like doubting if the bear can will survive to the winter, because in the winter they don't go out. They spend all the winter sleeping because they can find food. But their body, like the animal body, doesn't have enough fat to keep to keep inside the hungry in the winter. So right now with all these things that we have with the climatic change, it's not only affecting the animals in the zoo, they are affecting the animals in their natural habitat. So I know that many people say that in the zoo they can receive the appropriate food that they need, but mostly all the time, a lot of zoo can provide like the right regimen to the animals. I don't know.
Give it a hand, everybody. Yay! All right. Well, open it up for Q&A, and y'all think about some questions y'all want to ask, etc.
No, we have to.
I realize. I know. I'm just. And of course, fill out those surveys. Everybody has got a survey, right? Cool. Everybody got one of these? Yeah. Fill it out and post your comments on there, and you can do it anonymously. Let's 2 minutes left for this team. I guess Deborah, you're gonna do it. Okay. Okay. You're gonna do great. All right. Here we go. Anytime you want.
Okay. According to the Google, the zoo in Coimbra has having the license has the result that 500 animals have died over the year. So this comes as shock when the people ask for go to the zoo to have a fun with family. You know, our kids, your kids, they never seen the dinosaur, but they love them. They are crazy, freaking about dinosaur. Dinosaur. So my friends say about the video, you can see a video, you can see it's better than books. So to learn about these animals, we can use videos, you can use television. Our kids, where our kids have seen the dinosaur, it's on television, and they love it, you know. So at least the study says that have shown that elephants keep it in the zoo have lived as long as elephant. Patel, please. Patel. Have not lived long as elephants in the wild. So wild. Thank you.
Okay.
So if the animals is danger, the problem is us. We make this worse. It started with Adam and Eve because the animals were here first, and Adam and Eve they destroyed everything.
Alright, gotcha.
Now stop it. No, it's not a question.
So how many minutes for the question and answer?
Okay. Well, we'll just use the rest of the period. We'll just use the rest of the period till we're out of here.
It's
Yeah.
finished.
I actually heard one of the teams touch on
Yeah.
climate change. That was an interesting part. Give Mr. Jamie and I'll leave over the floor to you. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, my question is for Team Agri.
Yeah.
If you say you want to entertainment, for our entertainment, we have to put animals in the zoo, but there are so many National Geographic like Animal Planet like channel, you can see live hunting and live everything. Instead of just lion surfing in a cave, you can see lion in a big jungle, how they're hunting, how they're living, whatever you want to see, you can see on that channels. Why do we have to keep them? Because keep animal in a cave,
Right.
just like a
Not cage.
criminal cage.
Okay, gotcha. So I hear your point. You can address it.
Just like
I
you
want
treat
to-
us as a criminal.
You want to say it, Mr.
Yeah,
Roman?
if you say like everything see on TV, then why you come US?
Nowadays, you're gonna get straight from that, right? But if you not, it's gonna like.
You want to weigh in about this? I'll let you.
Yeah,
This is
it's
for you.
No, no,
Yeah.
I'll let you do it after you.
I have one
She's
general
raised her hand
question.
first.
I have one general
I'm
question.
gonna let her
You're
weigh in
right.
and then
You're
she'll
right.
do it and then you go. Okay, go.
You're
Go,
right.
Evie. You want to say something? Yeah.
I saw crazy bear in zoo.
Oh,
Yeah. The white bear.
Mhm.
He just looks great, but his skin and he's acting like a crazy person.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
Because
Good
we have
anecdote. Go ahead.
No, and you can find a lot of reasons
Anyway.
for crazy animals
Yeah.
in
Got it.
Google.
Good, good point. Go ahead, Hazel.
Otherwise I forgot. So I want answer your question first of all because his answer was not enough. I know, and because so if the animal in the wild they gonna predate.
Yeah,
But
hunt other
Yeah,
animals.
they're gonna hunt by themselves to survive
Mhm,
in
yeah.
the wild. And then if there's only one animal left, and what we have to save, we have to keep the species. So that's why we need a zoo to take care of them.
Okay.
Okay?
Good point.
So that because of that, so that's why.
It's
I
okay.
need
I'll tell you what, we got about 1 minute left, and so actually, I just wanted to point out, I heard it all, I heard it the whole time.
But
Everybody has
this is a
problems with this
very
word.
Just one question.
Just talk for afterwards. Okay, everybody say zoo. Zoo. Now, I think you were saying zoo. The M sound at the end, okay? All the Korean folks, they'll say Jew. Yeah, that's different. You know, what's
Patel
happening
to the
there
Jew.
is the mouth is different. You know,
Take
Yeah, I want
Patel.
to live in a zoo.
some people would.
Patel are very
Some people would say
special.
Sue. I think that was Spanish. So
We
everybody
have a
say
special species here.
Jew. Now, all you do is add a voice to it. Zoo.
Super zoo
Now, for
together.
you, it's gonna make the same sound as a right? Yeah. Some of y'all
Like
would
the
say
super.
cage. Cage. And some of y'all were saying cage. That's a hole in the rock. And I believe that you were trying to say bear, and you were saying survey.
We have a big bear. We have a big bear here. They need to-
Yeah, I want to live. I want freedom.
Suffering zoo. Yes, you made your voice heard. Good. Let's get all the surveys and have a nice day. I'll see you tomorrow. Fast food. Tomorrow. Thank you very much. And your voice was heard.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.